has numbered my days, and I'll go along with everything you say. But I ride home laughing, look at me now, that the walls of my town, they come crumbling down. And my ears hear the call of my unborn sons, and I know that choice is color all I've done. But I'll explain it all to the watchman's son. I ain't never lived a year better spent in love. Cause I know my weakness, know my voice.
As I remember, it was upon this fashion, bequeathed me by will, but poor 1,000 crowns charged my brother upon his blessing to breed me well. And there begins my sadness. For my part, he keeps me rustically here at home, or to speak more properly, stays me here at home unkept. His horses are bred better, but I, being his brother, gain nothing under him but growth. He lets me feed with his hinds, and bars me the place of brother. And as much as in him lies, mine's my gentility with my education. And this it is that grieves me. And the spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against this servitude. I will no longer endure it. Though yet I know no wise remedy how to avoid it.
Now, sir, what make you here?
Nothing.
What mar you then, sir?
Marry, Sarah, help you tomorrow that which God made. A poor and unworthy brother of yours with idleness.
Know you before whom?
Aye, better than him I am before knows me. I know you are my eldest brother, and in the gentle condition of blood you should so know me. I have as much of my father in me as you.
What, boy? Will thou lay hands on me, villain?
I am no villain! I am the youngest son of Sir Rowland de Boys. He was my father. And he is thrice a villain that says a father begot villains. And wert thou not my brother, I would not take this hand from thy throat until the other hand had pulled out thy tongue for saying so! My father charged you in his will to give me good education. You have trained me like a peasant, obscuring and hiding me from all the gentlemanlike qualities. The spirit of my father was strong in me, and I will no longer endure it. Therefore, allow me such exercises that may become a gentleman, or allow me the poor lottery my father left me by testament, and I will go buy my fortune.
You shall have some part of your will. I pray you leave me.
I will no further offend you than becomes me for my good.
Is it even so? Begin you to grow upon me. I will physic your rakeness and give no 1,000 crowns either. Good Charles!
Good morrow, to your worship!
Good Charles, what's the new news at the new court?
There's no news at the court, sir, but the old news. That is to say, the old duke is banished by his younger brother, the new duke.
Can you tell me if Rosalind, the duke's daughter, be banished with her father?
Oh, no. For the duke's daughter, her cousin so loves her.
Where will the old duke live?
They say he's already in the forest of Arden, and many men with him.
What, you wrestled tomorrow before the new duke?
Very do I, sir, and I came to acquaint you with a matter. I'm given, sir, secretly to understand that your younger brother, Orlando, had the disposition to come in disguised against me to try a fall. Tomorrow, sir, I wrestle for my credit, and he that escapes me without some broken limb shall acquit him well. Your brother is but young and tender, and for your love, I will be loath to foil him, as I must for my own honor if he come in.
I tell thee, Charles, it is the stubbornest young fellow of France, full of ambition, an envious emulator of every man's good parts, a secret and villainous contriver against me, his natural brother. Therefore use thy discretion, I leave thou didst break his neck as his finger. And thou wert best look to it, for if thou dost him any slight disgrace, or if he does not mightily grace himself on thee, he will practice against thee by poison, trap thee by some treacherous device, and never leave thee till he hath pained thy life by some indirect means or other. For I assure thee, and almost with tears I speak it, there's no one so young and so villainous this day living.
Oh, I am heartily glad I came hither to you. He coming tomorrow? I'll give him his payments.
Farewell, good Charles. Now will I stir this gamester. I hope I shall see an end of him, for my soul, yet I know not why, hates nothing more than he. Yet he is gentle, never schooled and yet learned, full of noble device, with all sorts enchantingly beloved, and indeed so much in the heart of the world, and especially of my own people who best know him. that I am altogether misprized. But it shall not be so long. This wrestler shall clear all. Nothing remains but that I kindle the boy thither, which now I'll go about.
I pray thee, Rosalind. Sweet my cousin. Mary?
Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I am mistress of, and would you yet I were merrier? Unless you can teach me how to forget a banished father, you must not learn me how to remember any extraordinary pleasure.
Herein I see thou lovest me not with the full weight that I love thee. If my uncle, thy banished father, had banished thy uncle, the Duke my father, I could have taught my love to take thy father for mine. So wouldst thou, if the truth of thy love to me were so righteously tempered as mine is to thee?
Well, I will forget the condition of my estate to rejoice in yours.
You know my father hath no child but I, and truly, when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. For what he hath taken from thy father perforce, I will render thee again in affection. By mine honor, I will. Therefore, my sweet, my dear Rose, be merry.
From henceforth I will, cuz, and by sports. Let me see. What think you of falling in love?
Oh, Mary, I prithee do, to make sport withal. Love no man in good earnest, no further in sport than with safety of a pure blush, that mayest in honor come off again.
What shall be our sport then?
Mistress! 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 Not my mistress, not my mistress, not my mistress, not my mistress. Would you like to be my mistress? Mistress! Oh, hi. You must come away to your father.
Oh, were you made the messenger?
No, by mine honor, but I was bid to come for you.
Where learned you that, oh fool?
Of a certain knight that swore by his honor they were good pancakes, and swore by his honor that the mustard was not. Now I'll stand to it, the pancakes were not, and the mustard was pretty good. And yet was not this knight forswore.
How prove you that in your great heat of knowledge?
I marry now, unmuscle your wisdom.
Touchstone says, stand you go forth now. Hop on one leg. Touchstone didn't say, Touchstone says. Touchstone says, stroke your chins and swear by your beards that I am a knave.
By our beards, if we had any. Thou art.
By my knavery, if I had it, then I were. But if you swear by that is not, then you are not forsworn. No more was this knight swearing by his honor, for he never had any. Or if he had sworn it away long before he ever saw those pancakes or that mustard.
You'll be whipped for taxation one of these days.
The more pity that fools may not speak wisely what wise men do foolishly.
But my troth thou sayest true, for since the little wit that fools have decided, and the little foolery that wise men have makes great show. Look, princess! Here comes Mademoiselle LeBeau, with her mouth full of news, which she will put on us as pigeons feed their young.
When shall we be news crowned?
Bonjour, Mademoiselle LeBeau. What's the news?
Fair princess! You lost much good sport?
On what? On what color?
Red.
Oh,
Green.
What color? Madam, how shall I answer you? Rotten fortune wheel!
As the destiny's decree!
well said. That was laid on with a trowel.
Nay, if I keep not my rank.
Thou losest thy old smell.
You amaze me, ladies. I would have told you of the wrestling. Oh, shall we see this wrestling, cousin? Must of you stay here, for here is the place appointed for the wrestling, and they're all ready to perform it.
Oh, they're coming. Let us not stay.
Charles! 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 Charles!
Now, daughter and cousin, are you crept hither to see this wrestling?
Aye, my liege, so please you give us leave.
You will take little delight in it, I can tell you. There are such odds in the man. In pity of the challenger's youth, I would fain dissuade him, but he will not be entreated. Speak to him, lady. See if you can move him.
Call him hither, LeBeau.
Do so, I'll not be by.
Monsieur the Challenger, the princesses call for you?
Well, I attend them with all respect and duty.
So do you challenge Charles the wrestler?
No, fair princess. He is the general challenger. I come but in as others do to try within the strength of my youth.
Oh, young gentlemen, your spirits are too bold for your years. We pray you, for your own sake, to embrace your own safety and give over this attempt. Do, young sir, your reputation shall not therefore be misprized. We shall make it our suit to the Duke that the wrestling might not go forward.
I beseech you, punish me not with your hard thoughts. Let your fair eyes and your gentle wishes go with me in my trials. Wherein if I be foiled, there's but one shame that was never gracious. Killed, one dead that was willing to be so. I will do my friends no wrong, for I have none to lament me. The world no injury, for in it I have nothing. Only in the world do I take up a place which may be better supplied when I have made it empty.
The little strength that I have, I would it were with you.
And mine to eke out hers.
Fare thee well. Pray heaven I be deceived in you.
May your heart's desires be with you.
You shall try but one fall. Take that chair into you.
These are the Duke. Now for your hand.
Step to it now.
These are drums. Stay there. Execution will be tomorrow. Your chair.
Ow!
Now work till he free thy feet, young man.
Very nice. Charles!
Right here.
Charles!
Come on! Let me hear you!
What is that?
Where'd he go?
He's behind us! That's not fair! No more! I beseech you, my lord. How dost thou, Charles?
He cannot speak, my lord.
Bear him away. Hey!
Orlando, my liege, the youngest son of Sir Roseville.
Stolen.
I would thou hadst been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honorable, but I did find him still mine enemy. Thou wouldst have better pleased me with this deed, hadst thou descended from another house. But fare thee well. Thou art a gallant youth. I would thou hadst told me of another father.
Were I my father, cuz, would I do this?
I'm more proud to be Sir Roland's son, his youngest son. It would not change that calling to be adopted heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Rowland as his soul, and all the world was of my father's mind.
A gentle cousin, let us go thank him and encourage him. My father's rough and envious disposition sticks me at heart, sir. You are well deserved. If you don't keep your promises in love, but justly as you have exceeded all promise, your mistress shall be happy.
Gentlemen, bear this for me. My daughter suits with fortune that could give more, but that her hand lacks means. So go, cousin. Fare you well, fair gentlemen.
Can I not say I thank you? Oh, my better parts are all thrown down, but that which here stands up is but a quintain, a mere lifeless block.
He calls us back. My pride fell with my fortunes. I'll ask him what he would. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies. Will you go, cuz? With you? Fare you well, sir?
Can I not say I thank you? I cannot speak. Yet cheers conference. Oh, Orlando, thou art overthrown. Or Charles or something weaker masters thee.
Good sir. Good sir.
I do in friendship counsel you to leave this place. Albeit you have deserved high commendation, true applause, and love. Yet now, such is the Duke's condition that he misconstrues all that you have done.
Thank you. And pray you tell me this. Which of the two was daughter of the Duke that was here at the wrestling?
Neither his daughter if we judge by manners, but yet indeed the lesser is his daughter. The other is daughter to the banished Duke, and here detained by her usurping uncle to keep his daughter company, whose loves are dearer than the natural bond of sisters. But I can tell you that of late, this Duke hath ta'en displeasure against his gentle niece, grounded upon no other argument but that people praise her for her virtues and pity her for her good father's sake. And on my life, his malice against the lady will suddenly break forth. So fare you well. Hereafter, in a better world than this, I shall desire more love and knowledge of you.
I rest much bounded to you and fare you well. And thus must I from the smoke into the smother, from tyrant Duke into tyrant brother, and heavenly Rosalind.
My cousin. Why, Rosalind. Cupid, have mercy, not a word? Not one to throw at a dog.
No, thy words are far too precious to be cast away on curs. Throw some of them in me. Come, lame me with reason.
Why, then there would be two cousins laid up when one should be lamed with reasons and the other mad without any.
But is all this for your father?
No. Some of it is for my child's father. Oh, how full of briars is this working day world.
They are but burrs, cousin, thrown upon thee in holiday foolery.
These burrs are in my heart.
Oh, come, come.
Wrestle with thy affection. They take the part of a better wrestler than myself.
Oh, is it possible, on such a sudden, that you have fallen into so strong a liking with Orlando?
Look, here comes your father. His eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest taste and get you from our home.
Me, uncle?
You. Within these 10 days, if thou beest found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
To beseech your grace, let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. Never so much as in a thought on board did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors. If their purgation be consist in words, they are as innocent as grace itself. Let it suffice thee, I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood depends.
Thou art thy father's daughter, there's enough.
So was I when your highness took his dominions. So was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord. We did derive it from our friends once such me. My father was no traitor.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
Aye, Celia, we stayed her for your sake, else had she with her father ranged along.
Did not then entreat to have her stay.
pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young that time to value her. And now I know her. If she be a traitor, why so am I. But we still have slept together, rose at an instant, learned, played, eat together. And wheresoever we went, like Juno's swan, still we went coupled and inseparable.
She is too subtle for thee. And her silence, her smoothness, her very patience speak to the people and they pity her. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name. And thou wilt show more bright and seem more virtuous when she is gone. Then open out thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is my doom which I have cast upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
Why? You are a fool. Niece, provide yourself. If you outstay the time, upon my word, and in the greatness of my honor, you die.
Poor Rosalind, whither wilt thou go? Thou changed fathers, I will give thee mine. Therefore I charge thee, thou not more grieved than I am.
I have more cause.
Thou hast not, cousin. Didst thou hear? The Duke hath banished me, his daughter.
That he hath not.
Thou hast not. Rosalind, then lacks the love which teaches thee that thou and I am one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we part, sweet girl? No! Let my father seek another heir. Therefore, advise with me how we may fly, whither to go, and what to bear with us. Do not seek to take your change upon you, to bear your grief yourself and leave me out. By this heaven, out our sorrows pale, say what thou canst. We'll go along.
Whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
Alas, what danger will it be to us, maids, as we are to travel forth so far? Beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
Well, I'll put myself in poor and mean attire, and with a kind of umber smirch my face. The like to you, so shall we pass along and never stir assailants.
Were it not better, because that I am more than common tall.
You don't yeah, you are so
That I did suit me all points like a man. We'll have a swashing and martial outside, as many other mannish cowards have that do outface it with their semblances.
But what shall I call thee when thou art a man?
I'll have no worse a name than Jove's own page. Therefore, look you, call me Ganymede. But what will you be called?
Oh, something that hath a reference to my state, no longer Celia, but Briana.
But cousin, what if we essayed to steal Touchstone from your father's employ? Would he not be a comfort to our travel?
He'll go along o'er the wide world with me. Leave me alone to woo him. Let us away. We get our jewels and our wealth together. Devise the fittest time and safest way to hide us from pursuit that will be made after my flight. Go we in content to liberty, and not to banishment.
Everyone's on the side, every jewel, every man is flowers in your hair.
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of paint this cup? Are not these words more free from peril, than the envious court. Here feel we but the penalty of Adam, the season's difference, as the icy fang and churlish chiding of the winter's wind, which, when it bites and blows upon my body, even till I shrink with cold, you know what I mean. I smile and I say, this is no flattery. These are the counselors that feelingly persuade me what I am. Sweet are the uses of adversity. This our lives, exempt from public haunt. Finds tongues in trees, books in running brooks, sermons in stone, and good in everything. Why, how now, monsieur? What a life is this that we, your poor friends, must woo your company? What, you look merrily?
A fool! A fool! I met a fool in the forest. Motley fool. Miserable world. As I who live by food, I met a fool. Laid him down and bashed him in the sun. Railed on Lady Fortune in good terms. In good set terms, and yet a fool. Get moral fool, quoth I. No, sir, quoth he, call me not fool, till heaven hath sent me fortune. Then he drew a dial from his poke, and looking on it with lackluster eyes, says very wisely, it is 10 o'clock, and thus we may see, quoth he, how the world wags. 'Tis but an hour ago it was 9, after one more hour 'twill be 11. And so from hour to hour we ripe and ripe, and from hour to hour we rot, and thereby hangs a tale. I did hear the motley fool thus moral on the time. A noble fool, a worthy fool, motley is the only wear.
What fool is this?
Oh, a courtier. Oh, that I were a fool. I'm ambitious for a motley coat.
Well, thou shalt have one.
Invest me in my motley. Give me leave to speak my mind, and I will through and through cleanse the foul body of the infected world, if they will patiently receive my medicine.
Oh, I can tell what thou wouldst do.
What for a counter would I do with good?
Ha ha! Forbear and eat no more.
Why? I have eaten none yet.
No shalt not till necessity be, sir.
Art thou thus boldened, man, by thy distress? Or else a rude despiser of good manners, and in civility thou seemest so empty?
You touched my vein at first. The thorny point of bare distress hath ta'en from me the show of smooth civility. Yet, my inland bread and nurse and nurture. But forbear, I say, he dies that touches any of this food before I and my affairs are answered.
And you will not be answered with reason. I must die.
What would you have? Your gentleness shall force. More than your force move us to gentleness.
I almost die for food, and let me have it.
Well then, sit down and feed, and welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently? Pardon me, I thought that all things had been savage here, and therefore put on the countenance of stern commandment. But whatever you are, if ever you've seen better days, if ever you sat at a good man's feast, if ever from your eyelid wiped a tear and know 'tis to pity and be pitied.
True it is. We have seen better days. Said a good man's feast. Wiped their eyes of drops that sacred pity hath engendered. Therefore, sit you down in gentleness, and take upon command what help we have that to your wanting may be ministered.
Thank you. Be blessed for your good comfort.
Thou seest, we are not all alone unhappy. This wide and universal theater presents more woeful pageants than the scene wherein we play in.
All the world's a stage. All the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. One man in his time plays many parts. His acts being 7 agents. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. And then the whining schoolboy, with satchel and shining morning face, creeping unwillingly like snail to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow. And then the soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick and quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, with fair round belly and good capon line, eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and powder on side. His youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank. His big, manly voice turning again towards childish trebles with pipes and whistles in its sound. Last scene of all, that ends this strange and eventful history, is second childishness. And near oblivion, sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
If that you were the good Sir Roland's son, as you have whispered faithfully you were, be truly welcome hither. I am the Duke that loved your father. Give me your hand. And let me all your fortunes understand.
Jupiter! How weary are my spirits!
Oh, yeah. I care not for my spirits if my legs were not weary. Oh, Jesus.
I could find in my heart to disgrace my man's apparel and to cry like a woman. But I must comfort the weaker vessel. Therefore, courage, good Aliena.
I pray you bear with me. I cannot go no further.
Oh, thank God. For my part, I had rather bear with you than bear you. Oh, yet I should bear no cross if I did bear you, for I think you have no money in your purse.
Well, this is the forest of Arden.
Oh, aye. Now am I in Arden. Woo! The more fool I. When I was at home, I was in a better place. But travelers must be confused.
Aye, be so good, Touchstone.
Oh!
Look here, who comes here?
Stop it!
Dear Phoebe, that thou knewest how I do love you.
I partly guess.
Oh, Phoebe.
Oh, no!
Phoebe!
Ah!
Back! Wait for me! Oh, Phoebe! No, there you are! Phoebe! Phoebe!
Why do you insist on this?
Phoebe!
Alas, poor boy! Searching of thy wound, I have by hard adventure found mine own.
And I mine. I remember when I was in love. We that are true lovers run into strange capers. But as all is mortal in nature, so is all nature in love, mortal in folly.
Thou speakest wiser than thou art ware of.
Nay, I shall never beware my own wit till I break my shin against it.
Jove, this young man's passion is much upon my fashion.
And mine, but it grows something stale with me.
I pray you, one of you question young man if he for gold will give us any food. I faint almost to death.
No. No.
Make an entrance. You should spit.
It's manly.
No, back of the throat. Really got it. And then leverage.
Yeah?
Put some hair on your chest.
Oh!
Yep. All right, hands on your hips. Strong. Center of gravity's low. Ready? Oh, you clap!
He's fool! He's not thy kinsman!
Who calls?
You're better, sir!
Else are they very wretched.
Peace, I say. Good even to you, friend.
And to you, gentle sir. And to you all.
I prithee, if that love or gold can in this desert place by entertainment, bring us to where we may rest ourselves and feed. Here's a young maid with travel much oppressing, faints for succor.
Oh, help me, I'm...
Fair sir, I pity her, and wish for her sake more than for mine own that my fortunes were more able to relieve her. There is nothing that you will feed on, but what is, come see, and in my voice most welcome shall you be.
I pray you, if it stand with honesty, do you know of a cottage in Arden available for us to purchase?
I like this place. And willingly we could waste our time in it.
Yes. Assuredly. Go with me. If you like upon report the soil, the profit in this kind of life, I will your very faithful feeder be, and buy it with your gold right suddenly. Come along.
We'll take it. Get the bags.
Not gonna help?
What? I can't hear you. I really can't hear you.
Sir, this cannot be. My daughter and her cousin much commended the parts and graces of your brother, and we believe wherever they are, Orlando is surely in their company. Find out thy brother wheresoever he is, and bring him dead or living within this 12-month, or turn no more to seek a living in our territory. Thy lands and all the goods worth seizure do we seize into our hands, till thou canst quit thee by thy brother's mouth of what we think against thee.
Oh, that your highness knew my heart in this. I never loved my brother in my life.
More villain thou. Well, turn him out of doors, and let my officer of such a nature make an extent upon his house and lands. Do this expediently. Turn him going.
One body should be filled. With all these graces wide enlarged, nature presently distilled. Wow, I'm good. Oh, hang there. Hang there. Oh, hang there. My verse. In witness of my love. Oh, Rosalind. These trees shall be my books. And in their bark, my thoughts, all character. So that every eye which in this forest looks may see thy virtue written everywhere. Would you like one? What do you think? Oh. Thank you so much. Did you hear that? Can you? Run! Run! Run, Orlando! I will. Carve on every tree the fair, the chaste, the unexpressive she.
From the east to western end, no jewel is like Rosalind.
Oh, it's sweet.
Yeah, right? Her worth being mounted on the wind. Thank you.
Wind.
Through all the world there's Rosalind. All the pictures fair and lined are but lack to Rosalind. Let no fair be kept in mind but the fair of Rosalind.
All right, you so 8 years together, dinner, suppers, and sleeping hours accepted.
Out, fool!
More than a foretaste. If a heart you lack, a hind, woo! Let him seek out Rosalind. If the cat will after kind, so be sure will Rosalind. Winter garments must be lined, so must slender Rosalind. They that reap must sheaf and bind, then to cart with Rosalind. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind. Ha! Such a nut is Rosalind. He that sweetest rose will find. Must find love's prick. And Rosalind! This is the very false gallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with them?
You dull fool! I found them on a tree!
Well, truly the tree yields bad fruit.
Therefore, can the nature charge that one body should be filled with all the graces wide enlarged, nature presently distilled. Helen's cheek, but not her heart. Cleopatra's majesty. Atalanta's better part. Sad Lucretia's modesty. Thus Rosalind, of many parts, by heavenly synod was devised, of many faces, eyes, and kinds, to have the touches dearest prized. Heaven would that she these gifts should have, and I to live and die her slave. Oh, most gentle pulpiter, what tedious homily of love have you wearied your parishioners withal?
I'll make an honorable retreat, though not with bag and baggage, yet with scrip and scribbage. Oh, these are lovely poems. I love the way they don't rhyme. It's fantastic.
Didst thou hear these verses? Yes, I heard them all and more too. But didst thou hear without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved on these trees? Trow you who hath done this? Is it a man? Yes. And a chain that you once wore about his neck. Change your color? Why, prithee, who? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And yet again, most wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful. And after that, out of all, who be? Why, prithee, tell me, who is it quickly, and speak apace? It is young Orlando, who tripped up the wrestler's heels and your heart in an instant. Orlando! Alas, the day. What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? Where remains he? What makes him here? Did he ask for me? Where winked he? How parted he with thee? When shalt thou see him again? Answer me in one word! You must file me gargantuous mouth first. How did he know that I am in this forest and in man's apparel? Looks he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled? Yes. Comes he not here? 'Tis he! Slink by and note him.
I thank you for your company. For good faith, I had as lief have been myself alone.
So had I. But yet, for fashion's sake, I thank you too for your company.
God be with you. Let's meet as little as we can.
Better strangers.
I pray you mar no more trees with writing love songs in their barks.
I pray you mar no more of my verses with reading them ill-favoredly.
Rosalind? With an N sound is your love's name?
Yes, just.
I do not like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
What stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
I'll tarry no longer with you. Farewell, good senior love.
And I am glad of your departure. So adieu,
like a
Monsieur.
saucy lackey, and under that hat played a knave with him.
Oh, I don't know that that's what we're going to
Do you hear, Forrester?
Very well. What have you?
I pray you, what is the clock?
You asked me the time of day. There is no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest, else sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as a clock.
And why not the swift foot of time, had that not been as proper?
By no means, sir. Time travels in diverse paces with diverse persons. I'll tell you who time ambles withal, who time trots withal, who time gallops withal, and who he stands still withal.
I prithee, tell me, who does time trot withal?
Marry, he trots hard with the young maid between the contract of her marriage and the day it is solemnized.
Ambles time withal.
With a priest that lacks Latin, and a rich man that hath not the gout. For the one sleeps easily because he cannot study, and the other lives merrily for he feels no pain. These time ambles withal.
I prithee, who does time gallop withal?
Oh, with a thief to the gallows, for though he go as softly as foot can fall, he thinks himself too soon there.
Who stays it still withal?
With lawyers at the vacation, for they sleep between term, and then they perceive not how time moves.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
In the skirts of the forest with my sister, like fringe upon a petticoat.
Are you native of this place? Your accent is something finer than you can purchase, and so removed a dwelling.
I've been told so of many, but indeed, an old religious uncle of mine taught me how to speak, who was in his youth an inland man, one that knew courtship too well, for there he fell in love. There is a man haunts our forest, abuses our young plants by carving Rosalind on their barks. hangs odes upon hawthorns and elegies on brambles, all forsooth deifying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet that fancy monger, I would give him some good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
Well, I am that he that is so love-shamed. I pray you tell me your remedy.
Oh, there is none of my uncle's marks upon you, for he taught me how to know a man in love, in which cage of rushes I am sure you are not prisoner.
Well, what were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not, blue eye and sunken, which you have not, an unquestionable spirit, which you have not, beard neglected, which you have not, though I pardon you for that, for simply having in beard his younger brother's revenue. And everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation, but you are no such man. You are rather quite device in your accoutrements, as loving yourself than seeming the lover of any other.
I would I could make thee believe I love.
Me believe it? You would as soon make her that you love believe it. Nice. Which I warrant she is apter to do than to confess she does. That is one of the points in which women still give the lie to their conscience. But in good sooth, are you he that hangs the verses on the trees, whereas Rosalind is so admired?
I swear to the youth, by the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
But are you so much in love as your rhymes speak?
Rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is merely a madness, and I tell you, deserves as well a dark house and a whip as madmen do. Yet, I profess curing it by counsel.
Did you ever cure any soul?
Yes, one, and in this manner. He was to imagine me, his love, his mistress, and I set him every day to woo me. At which time would I, being but a moonish youth, grieve, be effeminate, changeable longing and liking, proud, fantastical, apish, shallow, inconstant, full of tears, full of smiles, for every passion something, and for no passion truly anything, as boys and women are for the most part cattle of this color. Are we now? Would thou like him, thou loathe him, then entertain him, then swear him, then weep for him, then spit at him. That I drove my suitor from his mad humor of love to a living humor of madness, which was to forswear the full stream of the world and to live in a nook merely monastic. Thus I cured him. This way will I take upon me to wash your liver as clean as a sound sheep's heart, that there shall not be one spot of love in it.
Fair youth, I would not be cured.
I would cure you if you would but call me Rosalind and come every day to my coat to woo me.
By the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where it is.
Go with me to it, and I'll show it you, and by the way you shall tell me where in the forest you live. Will you go?
With all my heart, good youth.
Nay, you must call me Rosalind.
Rosalind.
Will you go, sister?
Put a hand there. Is she coming?
I'm coming, yes.
Make this fast.
Do I touch your hand?
Sure.
I take both hands.
It's part of the game.
Come apace, good Audrey! And how, Audrey? Am I the man yet? Audrey, doth my simple feature content you?
Your feature? Lord warrant us, what feature?
I am here with thee as the most capricious poet, honest Ovid was. Amongst the Goths? Truly I would the gods had made thee poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest in deed and word? Is it a true thing?
No, truly, for the truest poetry is the most feigning, and lovers are given to poetry.
Do you wish then that the gods had made me poetical?
Oh, I do, truly, for thou swearest to me thou art honest. Now, if thou wert a poet, I might have some hope thou didst feign.
Would you not have me honest?
No, truly, unless thou wert hard-favored. For honesty coupled to beauty is to have honey, a sauce to sugar.
Well, I am not fair, and therefore I pray the gods make me honest.
Oh, truly, and to cast away honesty upon a foul slut were to put good meat into an unclean dish.
I am not a slut. Though, I thank the gods I am foul.
Oh, praise be the gods for thy foulness. Sluttishness may come hereafter. But be it as it may be, I will marry thee.
The gods give us joy!
Woo!
Will you be married, Motley?
As the ox hath his bow, the horse his curb, and the falcon her bow, so a man hath his desires. And as pigeons bill, so wedlock would be nibbling.
And would you, being a man of your breeding, be married under a bush like a beggar?
Yeah.
Get you to church! Come on! Let me counsel thee!
Just should have changed! What? Can't we church? No! We were gonna have it run! Come on!
Never talk to me! I will weep!
Do, I prithee, yet have the grace to consider that tears do not become a man.
But have I not cause to weep?
With much cause as one would desire, therefore weep.
But why did he swear he would come this morning and comes not? Why? Come back! Here!
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not, Phoebe, say that you love me not, but say not so in bitterness. The common executioner, whose heart the accustomed sight of death makes hard, falls not the axe upon the humble neck, but first makes pardon. Will you sterner be than he who dies and lives by bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner! I fly thee, for I would not injure thee! Thou tellst me there is murder in thine eye. 'Tis pretty, sure, and very probable that eyes that are the frailest and softest things, who shut their coward gates on enemies, should be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. Now I do frown on thee with all my heart. And if mine eyes can wound, now let them kill thee. Oh, thou counterfeit to swoon. Why now fall down? Or, if thou canst not, oh, for shame, lie not to say mine eyes are murderers. Now, shall the wound mine eye hath made in thee scratch thee but with a pin, and there remains some scar of it, lean upon a rush, the cicatrice and capable in pressure thy palm some moment keeps. But now mine eyes, which I have darted at thee, hurt thee not. Nor, I am sure, there is no force in eyes that can do hurt.
No, sweet Phoebe, if ever, as that ever may be near, you find in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then will you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make.
But till that time, come not thou near me, and when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks. Pity me not, for as till that time I shall not pity thee.
And why, I pray you? Who might be your mother that you exalt it all at once over the rest? What? For you have no beauty, must you therefore be proud and pitiless? Or what means this? Why do you look on me? I see no more in you than in the ordinary of nature's sail work. But my little life, I think she needs to tangle my eyes too.
Oh.
No. Faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can entame my spirits to your worship. You foolish boy! Wherefore do you follow her like foggy south puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a properer man than she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that makes the world full of ill-favored children. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her, and through you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But mistress, know yourself. Down on your knees and thank heaven, fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly, in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets. Drive a man mercy, love him, take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. So, take her to thee. Very well.
Sweet youth! I pray you, chide a year together. Oh, I had rather hear you chide than this man woo.
Oh, he's fallen in love with your foulness, and she'll fall in love with my anger. If it be so, as fast as she answers thee with frowning looks, I'll sauce her with bitter words. Why do you look so upon me?
Oh, for no ill will I bear you.
I pray you, do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. Be gone, sister. Young man, ply her hard. Come, sister. Young woman, look on him better. Be not proud. Though all the world could see, none could be so abused in sight as he.
Oh, Phoebe. Oh, whoever loved that loved not at first sight.
Sweet Phoebe.
Huh? What sayest thou, Silvius?
Sweet Phoebe, pity me.
I am sorry for thee, gentle Silvius.
So holy and so perfect is my love, and I in such a poverty of grace that I shall think it a most plenteous crop to glean the broken ears after the man that the main harvest reaps. Loose now and then a scattered smile, and that I'll live upon.
Knowest thou the youth that spoke to me erewhile?
Not very well, but I've met him oft.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, yet he talks well. But what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth. Not very pretty, but sure, he's proud. And yet, his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion. Oh, and faster than his love did make that his eye did heal it up. He's not very tall, but for his years he is tall. His leg is but so-so, and yet 'tis well. There was a pretty redness in his lip, a little riper and more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. Oh, 'twas just the difference between the constant red and the mingled damask. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da. Inappropriate, Sylvia. Sorry. There be some women, Silvius. Had they marked him in parcels as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not. Nor hate him not. And yet, I have more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black, and my hair black. And now I am remembered scorned at me. I marvel why I answered not again. But that's all one. Omittance is no quittance. I shall write to him a very taunting letter. And thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Silvius?
Oh, Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. The matter's in my head. And in my heart, I will be bitter with him. And passing short. Go with me, Silvius.
I pray for you. I do love it better than laughing.
Those that are in extremity of either are abominable and betray themselves to every modern censure worse than drunkards.
Why, it is good to be sad and say nothing.
Why then 'tis good to be a post.
I have neither the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician's, which is fantastic, nor the courtier's, which is proud, nor the soldier's, which is ambitious, nor the lawyer's, which is politic, nor the lady's, which is nice, nor the lover, which is all of these things. But it is a melancholy of mine own, compounded of many simples, extracted from many objects, and indeed the sundry's contemplation of my travels, in which my often rumination wraps me in a most humorous act.
A traveler? By my faith, you have great reason to be sad, for I fear you have sold your own lands to see other men's. Then to have seen much and to have nothing is to have rich eyes and poor hands.
I have gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I'd rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad. And to travel for it, too.
Good day and happiness, Rosalind.
Nay then, God be with you, and you talk in blank verse.
Farewell, Monsieur Traveler. How now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You, a lover, and you serve me such another turn. Never come in my sight more. She needs for you to follow her.
My dear Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise in love. He that will divide a minute into 1,000 parts and break but a part of the 1,000th part of a minute in the affairs of love, it may be said of him that Cupid hath clapped him on the shoulder, but I'll warrant him heart whole.
Pardon me, dear Rosalind.
I am your Rosalind.
Nice.
Oh, it pleases him to call you so, but he hath the Rosalind of a better lair than you.
Come, woo me, for now I am in a holiday humor and like enough to consent. What would you say to me now, and I were your very, very Rosalind?
Well, I would kiss before I spoke.
Nay, you were better speak first, and then when you were gravelled for lack of matter, you might take occasion to kiss. Very good orators when they are out, they will spit, and for lovers lacking, God warrant us matter. The cleanliest shift is to kiss.
Well, what if the kiss be denied?
And then she puts you to entreaty, and there begins a new matter.
But who could be out being before his beloved mistress?
Mary, should you, if I were your mistress, else I would think my honesty rankler than my wit.
Well, I would not have my Rosalind of this right mind fray. My protester frown might kill me.
Oh, by this hand, it will not kill a fly. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love. But come now, I will be your Rosalind in a more coming-on disposition. Ask me what you will, I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Aye, faith will I, Fridays and Saturdays and all.
And will you have me?
Aye, and 20 such. Are you not good?
I hope so.
Why, then can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you must be the priest and marry us. Oh. Give me your hand, Orlando. What do you say, sister?
I cannot say the word.
You must begin.
Well,
you, Orlando.
Won't you? We are gathered here today, everyone, not just nature, but also your time. Will you, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind?
I will.
Aye, but when?
Why, now as fast as she can marry us.
And you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I take thee, Rosalind,
for wife. I do take thee, Orlando, for my husband. There's a girl goes before the priest, as certainly a woman's thought runs before her actions.
As are all thoughts. They are winged.
Now, tell me, Orlando, how long would you have her after you have possessed her?
Forever and a day.
Oh, say a day without the ever. No, Orlando, men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are made when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. I will be more jealous of thee than a cock pigeon over his hen, more clamorous than a parrot against rain, do as I do.
Well then, my Rosalind, for these 2 hours, I must leave thee.
Alas, dear love, I cannot last thee 2 hours.
I must attend the Duke at dinner. I will be with thee again at 2 o'clock.
Aye. Go your ways, go your ways. I knew what you would prove. My friends told me as much, and I thought no less. That flattering tongue of yours won me. 'Tis but one cast aside, and so come death. 2 o'clock is your hour.
Aye, dear Rosalind.
By my troth, in good sooth, so God made me by all pretty oaths that are not dangerous. If you break one jot of your promise or come 1 minute behind your hour, I will think you the most pathetical break promise, the most hollow lover, and the most unworthy of her you call Rosalind that can be chosen out of the gross band of the unfaithful. Therefore, beware my censure and keep your promise.
No less religion than if thou were indeed my Rosalind. Ah, so adieu.
Well, time is the old justice that examines all such offenders, and let time try. Adieu.
You have simply misused our sex in your love crate.
Oh, cuz, my pretty little cuz. Thou didst know how many fathoms deep I am in love. But it cannot be sounded. My affection hath an unknown bottom like the Bay of Portugal.
Or rather, bottomless, that as fast as you pour affection in, it runs out.
Oh, tell me all, Diego. I cannot be out of sight of Orlando. I'll light a shadow and sigh till he come, and I'll sleep.
My gentle Phoebe bid me give you this. I know not the contents, but judging by the stern brow and waspish action which she reviews as she was writing of it, it bears an angry tenor. Oh, pardon me, I am but as a guiltless messenger.
Patience herself would startle at this letter and play the swaggerer. Bear this, bear all. She says I am not fair, that I lack manners. She calls me proud and says she could not love me were man as rare as Phoenix. Odds my will, her love is not the hare that I do hunt. Why writes she so to me? This is a letter of your own device.
No, I protest, I know not the contents. Phoebe did write it.
Come, you are a fool and turned into the extremity of love. I say she did not invent this letter. This is a man's invention and his hand.
Sure, it is hers.
Why, it is a boisterous and a cruel style, a style for challengers. Will you hear the letter?
So please you, for I never heard it yet heard too much of Phoebe's cruelty.
She Phoebe's me. Mark how the tyrant writes. Art thou God to shepherd turned, that a maiden's heart hath burned? Can a woman rail thus?
Call you this railing?
Why, thy Godhead laid apart, warrest thou with a woman's heart? Did you ever hear such railing? Whilst you chid me, I did love. How then might your prayers move? He that brings this love to thee, little knows this love in me. And by him seal up thy mind, whether that thy youth's and kind. Will the faithful offer take of me and all that I can make? Or else by him my love deny, and then I'll study how to die. Oh.
call you this chiding?
Alas, poor shepherd.
Do you pity him?
Yes.
No, he deserves no pity. Wilt thou love such a woman? What, to make thee an instrument and play false strains upon thee? Not to be endured.
Oh.
Well, go your ways to her, for I see love hath made thee a tame snake. And say this to her, that if she loves me, I charge her to love thee. If she wilt not, I'll never have her, unless thou entreat for her. You be a true lover hence. And not a word, for here comes more company.
Good morrow, fair ones. Pray you, if you know where in the purlieus of this forest stands a sheepcote fenced about with olive trees?
Huh? All olive trees. Well, you should say, I should say, I'll say it. West of this place. In the neighbor bottom, the rank of osiers by the murmuring stream left on your right hand brings you to the place. But, at this hour the house doth keep itself. There's none within.
Then an eye may profit by a tongue, then should I know you by description. Such years and such garments, this boy is fair, of female favor, bestows himself like a ripe sister. Are you not the owner of the house I did inquire for?
It is no boast, being asked. To say we are.
Orlando doth commend him to you both. And to that youth he calls his Rosalind, he sends a bloody napkin. Are you he?
I am. What must we understand by this?
Some of my shame, if you will know what man I am, and how and why and where this handkerchief was stained.
I pray you tell it.
When last young Orlando parted from you, he left a promise to return again within an hour, and pacing through the forest, lo, what befell? He threw his eye aside and marked what object did present itself. A wretched, ragged man, o'ergrown with hair, lay sleeping on his back. About his neck, a green and gilded snake had wreathed itself. Seeing Orlando had unlinked itself with the dented glides, did slip away into a bush, under which bush's shade a lioness lay couching, head on ground with cat-like watchman that the sleeping man should stir. This seen, Orlando did approach the man and found it was his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, I have heard him speak of that same brother. And he did render him the most unnatural that lived amongst men.
Well, he might so do, for well I know he was unnatural.
But to Orlando did he leave him there, food to the hungry lioness.
Twice did he turn his back and propose so, but kindness, nobler ever than revenge, and nature, stronger than his just occasion, made him give battle to the lioness, who quickly fell before him, in which hurtling from miserable slumber I awaked.
Are you his brother? Was you he rescued? Was you that did so oft contrive to kill him?
'Twas I, but 'tis not I. I do not shame to tell you what I was, since my conversion so sweetly tastes being the thing I am.
For the bloody napkin.
In brief, he led me to the gentle Duke who gave me fresh array and entertainment, committing me unto my brother's love. There stripped himself, and here upon his arm the lioness had torn some flesh away, which all the while had bled, and he fainted and cried in fainting upon Rosalind. Many will swoon when they do look on blood.
Oh, there's more in it. Sweet Ganymede.
Oh, look, he recovers.
Oh, I would I were at home.
good cheer, youth. You a man? You lack a man's heart.
Oh, I do so, I confess it. Sirrah! Buddy would think this was well counterfeited.
Yes.
I pray you tell your brother how well I counterfeited. Hi-ho!
This was no counterfeit. There's too great testimony in your complexion that it was a passion of earnest.
Counterfeit, I assure you.
Come, you look paler and paler. Pray you draw homeward. Oh, good sir. With us?
That will I, for I must bear answer back. Are you excuse my brother, Rosalind?
I shall devise something, but I pray you commend my counterfeiting to him. Oh, shall we go?
Oh, we shall find a time, Audrey. Patience, gentle Audrey.
Faith, the priest was good enough for the old gentleman saying.
Oh, but there is a youth here in the forest lays claim to you.
I know who 'tis. He hath no interest in me in the world. Here comes the man you mean.
Faith, it is meat and drink to me to see a clown. We that have good wits have much to answer for. We shall be flouting, cannot hold. Good even, Audrey.
God ye good even, William.
And good even to you too, sir. Good even, friend. Cover thy head. Cover thy head. Be prithee, be covered. How old are you, friend?
5 and 20, sir.
Oh, a ripe age. Ripe age. Is thy name? William.
Aye, sir, William.
Oh, was born in the forest here?
Aye, sir, I thank God.
Well, thank God. That's a good answer. That's a really good answer. Art rich?
Faith, sir, so-so.
So is good. Very good. It's very excellent good. And yet it's not. It is but so-so. Art thou wise?
Aye, sir, I have a pretty wit.
Oh, thou sayest well. I do now remember a saying. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a...
Wise man.
Fool! Do you love this maid?
I do, sir.
Give me your hand. Art thou learned?
No, sir.
Then learn this of me. To have is to have, for it is a figure in rhetoric. The drink being poured out of a cup and into a glass by filling one doth empty the other. For all your writers do consent that Ips is he. Now you, sir, are not Ips, for I am he.
Which he, sir?
He, sir, that must marry this woman. Therefore, you clown, abandon, which is in the vulgar, leave. The society, which in the boorish is company, of this female, which in the common is
William!
Woman! Which together is abandoned the society of this female or clown, thou perishest, or to thy better understanding, diest, or to wit, I kill thee. Make thee away! Translate thy life into death, thy liberty into bondage. I will deal in poison with thee, or in bastinade, or in steel. Ah! Where are you going? I will kill thee 150 different ways. Therefore, tremble and depart.
Do good, William.
Lest ye marry, sir.
Ah! Damn! Ah! Tomorrow is a joyful day, Audrey. Tomorrow we will be married.
I do desire it with all my heart. And I hope it is no dishonest desire to be a woman of the world. Come on! There's a shed back here!
people. No! Tongues all hang.
Is it possible that a so little acquaintance you should like her?
Well, now they call the giddiness of it into question. The poverty of her, the small acquaintance my sudden wooing, nor her sudden consenting, but say with me, I love Aliena, and it shall be to your good. For my father's house and all the revenue that was old Sir Roland's will I estate upon you.
You have my consent. Let your wedding be tomorrow. Thither will I invite the Duke and all contented followers. Go, fair Aliena. But look, here comes my Rosalind.
God save you, brother.
And you, fair sister.
Oh, my dear Orlando, how it grieves me to see thee wear thy heart in a scarf.
It's my arm.
I thought thy heart had been wounded with the claws of a lion.
Wounded it is, but with the eyes of a lady.
Did your brother tell you how I counterfeited a swoon when he showed me your handkerchief?
Aye, greater things than that.
I know where you are. Nay, 'tis true, for your brother and my sister no sooner met, but they looked. No sooner looked, but they sighed. No sooner sighed, but they loved. No sooner asked one another the reason, but that they sought the remedy. And in these degrees have they made a pair of stairs to marriage. They are in the very wrath of love, and clubs cannot part them.
They will be married tomorrow, and I will bid the Duke to the nuptial. How bitter a thing it is to look into happiness through another man's eyes. But how much I should think tomorrow I'll be at the height of heart heaviness. And how much I should think my brother happy in having what he wishes for.
And then tomorrow I cannot serve your turn for Rosalind.
I can no longer live by thinking.
I will weary you no longer then with idle talking. Know of me then, for now I speak to some purpose, that I know you are a gentleman of good conceit. Believe then, if you please, that I can do strange things. I have, since I was 3-year-old, conversed with a magician, most profound in his art, and yet not damnable. If you do love Rosalind so near the heart as your gesture cries it out, when your brother marries Aliena, shall you marry her. I know into what straits of fortune she is driven, and it is not impossible to me, if it appear not inconvenient to you, to set her before your eyes tomorrow, human as she is and without any danger.
Speakest thou in sober meanings?
By my life I do, which I tender dearly, though I say I am a magician. Therefore, put you in your best array, bid your friends, for if you will be married tomorrow you shall, and to Rosalind if you will. Look, there comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
You have done me much ungentleness to show the letter I writ to you!
I care not if I have. It is my study to seem despiteful and ungentle to you. You are there followed by a faithful young man. Look upon him, love him, he worships you.
Good Silvius, tell this youth what 'tis to love.
It is to be all made of sighs and tears, and so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
So am I for Rosalind.
So am I for no woman.
It is to be all made of faith and service, and so am I for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is to be all made of fantasy, all made of passion, and all made of wishes, all adoration, duty, and observance, all humbleness, all patience and impatience, all purity, all trial, all observance. And so am I for Phoebe.
So am I for Ganymede.
So am I for Rosalind.
So am I for no woman.
If this be so, I blame you me to love you.
If this be so, I blame you me to love you.
So I blame you me to love you.
Who do you speak to? I blame you me to love you.
To her that is not here, or doth not hear.
Pray you no more of this. 'Tis like the howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I will help you if I can. I would love you if I could. Tomorrow, meet me all together. and I'll be married tomorrow. I will satisfy you if ever I satisfy man, and you shall be married tomorrow. I will content you with what pleases you contents you, and you shall be married tomorrow. As you love Rosalind meet, as you love Phoebe meet, and as I love no woman, I'll meet. So fare thee well. I have left you commands.
I'll not fail if I live.
Nor I.
Nor I.
She didn't love me, so I made myself a new girlfriend. She's a mermaid. Her name's Lucille. Here, will you hold on to this for me? Thank you. Be careful, it's my girlfriend. Alright, would you like a balloon? Alright, we'll make you a balloon. That. You gotta be careful out here in the forest. There's dangerous things here. You never know who's around. Those city folk, they're mean. One tried to threaten me. Hold on to that for a sec. Over here. There we go. Gotta get it right. Get a little loud.
Dost thou believe, Orlando, that this boy can do all that he has promised?
Sometimes do believe and sometimes do not. As those that fear, they hope, and know they fear.
I do remember me in this young man some lively touches of my daughter's favor.
My lord, when I first met him, he thought he was brother to your daughter.
There is sure another flood toward, and these temples are coming to the ark. Now here comes a pair of very strange beasts, which in all tongues are called fools.
Greetings and salutations to you all.
Good, my lord, bid him welcome. This is the motley-minded gentleman I've so often met in the forest.
I have trod a measure. I have earmuffs. I have flattered a lady. I have been politic with my friend, smooth with mine enemy. I have undone 3 tailors, had 4 quarrels, and like to have fought 1.
How was that ta'en up?
Ah, faith, we met and found the quarrel was upon the 7th cause.
How 7th cause? Good, my lord. Like this fellow.
Oh, I like him very well.
Oh, God ill you, sir. I desire you of the like. I press in here, sir, amongst the rest of the country, copulatives to swear and to forswear, according as marriage binds and blood breaks. A poor virgin, sir. An ill-favored thing, sir, but mine own. A poor humor of mine, sir, to take that no man else will. Rich honesty dwells like a miser, sir, in a poor house, as your pearl in your foul oyster.
By my faith, he is very swift and sententious.
According to the fool's bolt, sir, and such dulcet diseases.
For the 7th cause, how did you find quarrel in the 7th cause?
Oh, faith, we met and found it was upon a lie, 7 times removed. Bear your body more seeming, Audrey? Not the top.
Can you nominate in order now the degrees of the lie?
I can, sir. The first, the retort, courteous. Excuse me. The second, the quip, modest. No, excuse me. The third, the reply, churlish. What's that supposed to mean? The fourth, the reproof, valiant. I was just being polite. The sixth, the fifth, the counter check, quarrelsome. I'll show you polite right in your mug. The sixth, the lie, with circumstance. I'm sick. I can't fight today. And the seventh, the lie direct. Your mother wears combat boots. All these you may avoid, but the lie direct. And you may avoid that too, with an if. I knew when 7 justices could not take up a quarrel, but when the parties were met themselves, they thought but of an if, as, if you said so, then I said so. They shook hands, swore brothers. Your if is the only peacemaker. Much virtue in if.
Not a rare fellow, my lord. He's as good as anything and yet a fool.
truth and sight, you are my daughter.
Truth and sight, you are my Rosalind.
If sight and shape be true, why then, my love, adieu.
I'll have no father if you be not he. I'll have no husband if you be not he. Nor ne'er wed woman if you be not she.
Peace, hope. I bar confusion. 'Tis I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here's 8 that must take hands and join in Hymen's bands if truth hold true content. You and you no cross shall part. You and you are heart in heart. You to his love must accord or have a woman for your lord. You and you are sure together.
Oh, thanks!
Get him! As the winter to foul weather. Whiles of wedlock him we sing, feed yourself with questioning. That reason wonder may diminish. How thus we met, and these things finish. Dear niece, welcome thou art to me, as daughter welcome in no less degree.
I will not eat my word, now thou art mine. Thy faith, my fancy to thee doth combine.
Oh, Phoebe!
Let me have audience for a word or two. Duke Frederick, hearing how that every day men of great worth resorted to this forest, calling upon a mighty power which were, in his own conduct, to take his brother here and put him to the sword. And to the skirts of this wildwood he came, where, meeting with an old religious man, after some question with him, was converted, both from his enterprise and from the world, his crown bequeathing to his banished brother and all their properties, then again that were with him banished. Is to be true, I do engage my life.
Oh, first, in this forest, let us do those ends that here were well begun and well begot. And after, every of this happy number shall share the good of our returned fortune, according to the measures of their states. First, meantime, forget this new fallen dignity, and fall into rustic revelry, and you brides and bridegrooms all with measure seek enjoy, to the measures fall.
Out of these convertites, there is much matter to be heard and learned. You.
Me.
To your former honor I bequeath your patience and your virtue, well deserved.
Thank you.
You. Love and true faith of merit. You. For love and land and great allies, you to a long and well-deserved bed. And you to your wrangling. For thy loving voyage is but for 2 months' victual.
We're gonna wrangle.
So, to your pleasures, I am for other than for dancing measures.
Stay, Jake, we stay.
To see no pastime I.
Stay, baby, stay!
What you would have, I'll stay to know.
Yay!
Proceed! Proceed. We will begin these rites, as we do trust they'll end in true delights. Play music!
To see the lady, the epilogue, but it is no more unhandsome than to see the lord, the prologue. If it be true, a good wine needs no bush, then 'tis true, a good play needs no epilogue. And yet, to good wine they do use good bushes, and good plays prove the better by the help of a good epilogue. What a case am I, then, that am neither a good epilogue, nor cannot insinuate with you in the behalf of a good play. I cannot furnish like a beggar, therefore to beg will not become me. My way is to conjure you, and I'll begin with the women. I charge you, O women, for the love you bear to men, to like as much of this play as please you. And I charge you, O men, for the love you bear to women, and I perceive by your simpering that none of you hates them, that between you and the women the play may please. If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you as had beards that pleased me, complexions that liked me, and breaths that I defied not. And I am sure, as many of you as have good faces, good beards, and sweet breaths will,
For my kind offer, when I make curtsy, bid me farewell.
Times are made.